In theory, this will be final session. In reality, I'm probably going to extend in order for this to be final session. I did some double checking just to save us time, and my memory was off a little bit. Specifically, you'll notice that there's no spaces for any other items. Because we have everything. We have everything. So that weird memory I had as to there being one more power-up was wrong. And I know exactly where it went wrong. I was thinking of something that appears only in Echoes and beyond, not in Prime 1. And I will not elaborate further on that since we may or may not be starting Echoes today. So. What we will be doing today instead is just artifact collecting and getting the game done. One moment, something's stuck in my throat. There we go. A little bit of leftover sandwich was deciding it did not want to go. Okay. That's Infindrana. Sun Chamber, right. We have to go around to get to the Sun Chamber. That was what prompted me to end off last time. Because otherwise we could have gone and grabbed that, but it was at an awkward enough time that I said to hell with it, and we'll come back to that. The other option is I go away from here and come back via that elevator over there. That might be better. Then again, that elevator's really easy to get to. So, not the biggest deal. You know, unless both sides of that room are blocked, in which case we might be in real trouble. Yes, spooky ghost. Thing is, I need to climb... Oh, no, the Sun Chamber is at the top of that room. So we don't need to climb anything, we just need to keep going. We are going to want full missiles for what happens after we get all the artifacts. Right, we can't go in that way, we have to go this way. Because that was the door we established last time that doesn't actually exist in any practical terms for us, since it's a one-way door. I understand that that camera work is a bit jarring, but it's the most effective way to deal with that. So, I'm going to continue to do it that way. I don't like looking at it either, so I fully understand if people don't like that. And one thing to note, there are more missile expansions and more energy tanks I could go get, but at the pace things are going, I don't think we're going to need them. If anything, we might need some more missiles to make things quicker. at certain parts, but I don't think we need any of that necessarily. I think it'll be okay. That said, if the other sun chamber door is a problem, I'm not gonna lie, I might scream. Because that will make the game uncompletable. And that'll be a serious problem. That is, of course, assuming that the item is actually in the sun chamber itself and not just somewhere near the sun chamber. Which, in hindsight, I should probably double-check that, but we'll check the sun chamber first, since it's an easy check. Ah, we're gonna have to do a puzzle to get up there. So no, this seems like a safe bet that we're meant to go this way to get back in there. And they just did this to be annoying. First, let's dispose of the war wasps, so we can get an idea what the hell's going on with this room. Even though I'm pretty sure I understand already. First floor. The world of living things feels strange to us, we who have existed so long on the edges of time and space. It is clear now that we Chozo can never return to our dimension, not while the great poison reaches ever further into the planet. It is so powerful, this creeping evil, that our wills are crumbling and our minds are beginning to fail. And so, before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness in our ethereal states. Even when we are done, it may be too late. Cordite. So we need to do this, this, and this. Super missile it. There's a panel to scan behind it. Yeah, because we couldn't have gotten up to this artifact until after we got the super missiles, at the very least. And of course we needed Spider Ball to get up there. I believe this is intended to be one of the later artifacts you go clean out. In terms of the overall order of things, if you didn't do exactly what I did yet again, which is forget and end up doing all of them later. Morphology. Oculus. Wall color that generates electric pulses. The oculus exposes its single eye when active. The electrical field that covers it is enough to deter most predators. If the oculus detects anything capable of presenting a real threat, it retracts into its impermeable shell. Oh, hooray. More things that I can't kill when I'm trying to morph ball around. Okay, I'll bite. Where are the other two symbols? Because there's blatantly 4 on there. So where are the other 2 that I need to open this panel to climb up? Interesting. I mean, I don't technically need to walk around with the scanner up to see them. It'll just be easier when I see an obvious red box appear on the middle of my screen. Like, oh hey, yeah, I probably should be doing something with that. They probably put them somewhere really annoying. Question is, where would be that annoying? Might even be one in this hallway here. No? Hmm. Maybe it says something about me that I expected them to have had one just, like, tucked up against one of these pillars or something. Okay. Perhaps I'm blind. But I'm not seeing one anywhere up the tube. And logic denotes it would have to be in this room. So, unless it's at the top, which would be a real big problem. Hmm. Because the issue was we can't access the other door of the Sun Tower because it's blocked by vines from the Flargruff, right? Which, I don't know why they're still there. I'm assuming bug, which is concerning considering this is a pretty far in situation here, and I don't want to have to redo everything because of a bug like that. But I'm also not sure where the hell the other two symbols could possibly be. There is a small section up there at the top of the spider ball track where they could have been bastards and put these symbols. But I find that unlikely. Because it would be very strange for them to have put two of the symbols down here at the bottom and then two of the symbols at the top. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it'd be weird. But the fact that I'm literally not seeing them anywhere here, and I'm not seeing any indications of anything to scan that would indicate somewhere I need to attack, I'm uncertain. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to do anything. But when one runs out of intelligent options, they start trying stupid options. The whole problem is... the sun chamber atop our ruined home became the nest of a great beast. Many Chozo spirits have been drawn to this tainted place, release their bond. So I'm assuming there's a bunch of ghosts in the sun chamber, and I have to go deal with those ghosts in order to get the artifact. The problem is, we currently can't get into the sun chamber. Because the ordinary door to get in there is blocked, and now I can't wrap my head around how to get to the top of this room in order to get up there to open the other door. In the interest of expediency, I probably should just go get all the other artifacts and then come back to this one. Because we could still go get the one in the Hall of Elders without leaving the temple. I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to solve this one, but practicality indicates to me that I may not be able to do that. Which which, considering I have all the powers at my disposal, indicates to me that there's something wrong. There's either something I'm forgetting, or a problem. I'm pretty sure if I try to spider ball my way up here, I'm just gonna hit this panel and get stuck. And I'm not gonna be able to bomb jump over it now. So, that's a problem. And it's not like I can move the camera around while I'm in Morph Ball, so I can't look. Unfortunately, we're kind of stuck in an all roads lead to dead end problem with this room right now. Because none of our weapons apparently will get rid of those vines. And we cannot climb to the top of the sun tower. So I'm just gonna go deal with the other remaining artifacts and come back to that thought. I'm also not sure why the last artifact pedestal isn't activating. That too is a bit of an odd situation. It's been so long since I've been in this specific room that it threw me off for a second. It's just about every time we've come back to Magmor otherwise, we came in from literally any other door. Yeah, apparently I didn't scan this thing. Morphology, Grisby, subvolcanic carrion feeder. Her carapace can be breached by missiles. The Grisby's carapace has been fused together by superheated air. This barrier stands up to everything but concussive blasts. Its intelligence is limited to instinctive scavenging patterns. There's lava there. Actually, have I even gone this way ever? I would have had to. Well, it doesn't matter. Yes, clearly I wanted to lock onto that instead of the grapple beam point that would have saved me from falling in the lava. Brilliant. I don't need to go that way. The door's just tucked in this nook over here. I'm not sure why all of that is back in place, too. That's weird. Yeah, fun fact, once you have space jump boots, you can just kind of jump that fence. You don't even have to go underneath where the Triclops are anymore. So that's useful. Burning for you, and a burning for you. Get you guys off my screen. Okay. So where was the artifact in here supposed to be again? I think I remember, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna trust my memory. Got warrior already. Molten lake within the tunnels of Magmore. Okay. That is actually probably the lava lake we just came from, which is why I was double checking, because I had a weird feeling about that. Because, yeah, the fact that lake is highlighted tells me it's gotta be in Lava Lake unless it's in Fiery Shores. So we gotta turn around. I was overzealous in me charging into Magmore. My screen needs to not be so full of Cheeto juice, please. I would like to see anything. Thank you. No, once I don't want to grapple beam. This was the one I need to break a pillar for, yeah? Yes, shatter the column at the lake's center to reveal the artifact of nature. So it's either this pillar here, or it's in the other lake. And since I'm not getting any real indications, I'm just gonna fling things at this just to double check. Because I think some of these don't give you an indicator. Well, that didn't care about that, so let's double check to see if there's another pillar somewhere that I'm not thinking of. Yeah, that's a much more central pillar. That is far more likely to be my target. Come on, stick your head out again. Now you don't have a head anymore. Lighter. Now let's see if my memory was correct that it was a super missile that I needed. Yep, there we go. When in doubt, super missiles solve everything. The 8th of 12. So in our case, it is the 6th of 12. We have half of the artifacts now. Got a ways to go yet, but it shouldn't take me too awful long to clean them up. The longest part about this is going to be the finale. So I wouldn't be surprised if I lose at least one of those fights once. Because it will be my first time really doing the last fight, at the very least. Because I know I never actually did the actual final fight of this game when I was younger, because I think I ended up not bothering to collect the last of the artifacts, because I might have gotten into a position where I couldn't get one of them, or I thought I couldn't get one of them. Something like that. It may actually be this whole Sun Chamber issue all over again. I'm going the wrong way for where I probably want to be. I think I'm better off going to Fenandrana at this point and then coming back for the Chozo Ruin remaining ones. Because those shouldn't be too bad aside from the situation with the Sun Chamber. You know, we just went through this experience, and you'd think I would have learned. But instead, here we are having done the same thing again. Goodbye. I'm not sure which is worse for him, the plasma I hit him with or the lava he landed in. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're both bad for him. That's the Phanandrana elevator? Yes. Okay, so I just need to climb up again. And if it's any sign to you guys how much I think I'm gonna have trouble with this finale, have an energy drink. I anticipate having to go a bit of extra time just because of that fight taking a few tries. But considering my habit for underestimating my capacity to wiggle my way through problems in this game so far, I might end up wrong. We'll see. Our first port of call, I think, is going to end up being Shores, I think was one. Which I think is why I came in on this end, because the shorelines are right here. Need to double check to make sure that my memory of that order is correct. As soon as I stop hitting the wrong buttons, we will be on track with that idea. Temple. Edge. We get... No, near the shorelines the temple stands. So it's in the Chozo Ice Temple. Okay. It's a hell of a thing to think that this went this smoothly up till the end of the game here. We've only had like one major sticking point. And even that didn't take that long to get past. Each time we've died, we've only had to redo once, usually. Okay, so what was it asking of me in the temple? Thaw the frozen waters flowing from the Elder to find the artifact of Sun. We need to plasma beam something, and I believe it's either this guy's hands or it's the other Elder that's in a different part of the room. Oh. Turns out there's Bamus in here still. That's an issue. Considering it refers to flowing waters coming from his hands, I would assume it's actually right there. Yeah, that guy. There we go. Easy done. And now we go hop up into his hands. And he'll open a door. And inside that door is the Artifact of Sun. And that's why I said that collecting these wasn't going to take long, because none of these puzzles are especially hard. Especially since the hints basically outline exactly what you need to do for 90% of them. The only reason we don't already have the Sun Chamber one is the fact that I'm having a devil of time getting back into the Sun Chamber. So now it's off to Phenandrana's Edge. To go get the other Phenandrana artifact. And this is why I said that the artifact collecting at the end kinda sucks, though. Because for all that these are very easy to collect, it's just a lot of pointless walking around to get back to places you've already been. It just ends up making the artifact part of the game feel like padding. Which, in the end, it's fine. But I can't help but feel that it might have been better without them. But don't get me wrong. As I said before as well, it's kind of my own fault for not having collected them along the way. But the flip side to that is, if you don't know to collect them, which unless you happen to go into the artifact temple as soon as you're able to, which even guides for this game don't tell you to go to the artifact temple till later, you wouldn't know that you need the artifacts to begin with necessarily, because they're only kind of vaguely mentioned in a couple logs. Yeah, there's a door off the Hunter Cave we didn't go into. Might check that while I'm up and about over here, because it might have another energy tank or something equally useful in it. Oh god, there's a temptation to go just around through elevators to get through this, just so I don't have to do this fucking jump again. And again. I wonder if something like the flamethrower will work on this guy. He's mostly protected against energy weapons, so I would assume, yes, he will be protected from it. But for shits and giggles. Nope, it's working. He is definitely dead. Nice. Good to know that had a use. That should solve half of my problem with getting through this. Now the other half's gonna be remembering the path to get around in here. There's also gonna be the mild issue of I spent a bunch of missiles, but that's okay. We can get missiles back just fine. Yes, I know I need to return the artifacts video game. As it turns out, I need to get the artifacts before I can return the artifacts. Crazy concept, I know. No, I already jumped through that, so we're okay there. I need to jump over there. You don't want to be hit by a charge attacks? Fine. Just burn for your sins. That's all you need to do, is just burn for your sins of being a flying pirate. There you go. And yes, being a flying pirate in and of itself is enough of a sin for them to perish in flames. Because flying pirates are still the most annoying thing. Oh yeah, I can use the spider ball track to get through here quicker. Since we have the spider ball. And technically we have the everything, but this is the important part. Of course, the other important part's actually making the jump. Because, you know, landing on platforms is helpful. Of course, it would help if I remembered the fact that there's this whole set of platforms over here that would make that jump irrelevant. Gonna be one of those days, huh? Okay. Okay. And of course, in the ice lands is where I end up having all my slipping off platforms problems. It's almost like these have ice physics, except they don't. Which makes me look even dumber about that. Yeah, okay. Through the quarantine cave, through there, to the frozen pike, to the frost cave, to the edge. I'm facing the quarantine cave, yes. I would like to be able to see again. Thank you. Goodbye. Having those emit an EM pulse when they die is just such a petty move. It's like, fine, I'm about to die, but I'm gonna mildly inconvenience you in my death. Fuck you. Yeah, this is why we didn't go to the other thing in here. Yes, yes, you're a big she-goth, I know. Oh no, so spooky. So scary. Goodbye. I have better things to be doing with my time. Good day. Now, this is admittedly not necessary what I'm about to swing over to do. But we may as well grab it while we're here. It's another one of the really easy missile expansions. They were trying to train Thardus. Which, the thing is, since Phazon is what created Thardus in the first place, it may in fact be that the Space Pirates created Thardus from the word go on that one, since they're doing research into animating the inanimate with Phazon. It would also explain why he has such a bad attitude and wants to be a pain in my ass all the time. If you're wondering why I switch back to Plasma all the time, it's just because that's my preferred weapon. And I also knew that there were things like this in here that just needed a blast of plasma to get into. Now we've got even more energy. Which, each energy tank is going to raise my odds of getting through the end of this without having to redo it. Maybe we dropped too far, not enough. Not quite enough. question. Huh. Didn't need X-ray vision to see that, but it made it easier to spot. Again. Okay, still on track. Once we have this, we should only have 4 more artifacts to get. Oh, right, it's this cave. Right. We didn't have the grapple beam when we were in here before. Yeah, clearly that's what I wanted to target yet again, game. Well, we can melt our way into here, except apparently that's not the answer. Okay, you need to stop. You and your missiles need to just cut the shit. Just kindly perish. There we go. Okay. Now, how do I melt this ice? I had assumed I'd just break the ice with the plasma beam, but that's clearly not the answer, since it wasn't working. There's always the other standby answer of blow it up. Okay. At this point, there must be, like, a hole to get into to go around or something. I don't know if I care that much about a single missile expansion to figure that one out right now. That is not our intended target. You can all feel free to remind me of that when I am out of missiles and my opponents are not dead. I will fully understand being mocked for that. I'm pretty sure we needed the grapple beam in order to get this artifact. Judging from the grapple points above us here. Either that or there's something nice to get with grapples. Either way. Don't be tempted by the grapple point below you. It will send you to hell. That ice patch there is suspicious, but I'm not gonna stress over it. So our intended goal is right here. That's not what I thought was here, but I'll take that. Power bomb expansion. You'll notice that the impact crater is connected to the strongest Phazon vein that the pirates were able to find. There's a connection there. Are asking for my input on things, so I'm giving my input. Okay, now let's double check what the log says on what this artifact involves. I figured it was going to be easy enough to spot when we got here. It's not looking so true on that one. Seek the unseen entrance at its top to find the artifact of spirit. Which would have made sense for this, but it's not actually an unseen entrance necessarily. So I have to assume it involves the X-ray visor in some way, shape, or form. Either that or that thing I thought was suspicious is in fact what I needed. Because that definitely looks like an entrance. Thing of it is, that's also blatantly a water flow, so I don't think that would work anyway. Because the thing is, an unseen entrance at its top would have to be up here somewhere. We're at the top. Unless it was in the power bomb. Didn't consider that concept till now. It may have actually been in the same room as the power bomb. Now, there's no shortage of irony to me having trouble finding it. And I may just be barking up the wrong tree with the X-ray visor. But I doubt that, considering it's implied that it's a hidden entrance, and the X-ray visor is usually what's used for seeing the unseen. Shits and giggles, though. I'm gonna set off a power bomb where we got the power bomb upgrade. Nope, didn't do anything. It would have been very funny if it actually did something there. But I certainly was not expecting it to. Like, I feel like that has to be something there. But it clearly isn't. Because we tried everything there already, and nothing happened. Actually, I didn't try a super missile. Nope, still did nothing. Okay. How about the wall next to him? Nope. Did not mean to go to intermission there. Hit a red button. The only thing I can think of is maybe the unseen entrance at its top is not actually at its top. Considering, you know, we were at the top and there was nothing there. That looks like a likely place for a hidden entrance as well, right here. Nope. I don't know where the hell I'm going to find this stupid artifact. So I might even just be barking up the wrong tree entirely. By using the X-ray visor. Let me try to just read that wrong to begin with. Because that would be embarrassing. A tall cave stands at Phenedrana's edge. Seek the unseen entrance at its top to find the artifact of spirit. See, the thing is, the fact that it mentions a cave at Phenedrana's edge implies that it's the security cave we were just in up there. But I could have swore I just looked around that whole cave and didn't see anything. But again, it's called an unseen entrance for a reason. I may just have missed something. And it wouldn't be much of an unseen entrance if it was easy to see. You know, would it? Oh, there we go. It's right there. Question is, how do I open that? There we go. I was pretty sure it couldn't have been in that cave, because it didn't make any sense for it to be in that cave. But grasping at straws led to the correct answer in the end anyway. And that was clearly intended to be one of the last ones you get, since it's the 11th of 12. But now we only have 4 more artifacts to go, and we're not even an hour in. So it's honestly a good thing that some of these are causing me a little bit of trouble, so this doesn't end up being like a 1-hour stream. Well, 1 hour of Prime and then like 3 of Echoes or something would end up being what would happen, but point being, we don't know what the deal is with one of the artifacts still. We know that this one's in the Hall of Elders. We know that the wild one's a bit of an issue. And we need to go to the tower atop the fortress in Fenandrana. Which is thankfully nearby. Because that's most likely up here in the control tower. Which in hindsight, I probably should have hit that first and then come here. But I reflexively did not want to deal with the Space Pirate area. Because it kind of sucks in there. Yeah, I don't need to go that way. Go, roasty toasty for you, and a roasty toasty for you. Now get the hell out of my sight. Not sure why Samus wouldn't jump there. She just was refusing. But you know, I get it. A lot of effort, a lot of exercise today. I'd like to use that grapple point to get back across, but it's gonna have nothing to do with that idea, apparently. I'm just gonna have to go back across the old-fashioned way. And then fall, because the level design of this place is kind of awful. Because walls look like platforms, and platforms look like walls. This whole place just sucks balls. And that thing is floating in just the right angle to be a huge pain in the ass for reaching it ever. Where I went wrong is I just had to jump up one more layer to get to the door. But I assumed it was down, not up. As I do. Oh, we almost managed to hop up there with just boosting. That would have been fun. Now, we are going to be in for a bit of an experience climbing back up through the research core and everything. But it won't be as bad as the Phazon Mines. At least it shouldn't be. Because there's just not meant to be a... as high a tier of pirate in this place as there is in the Phazon Mines. Okay. Oh, come the fuck on! This is what I was talking about with the random vertices when I was in the Phazon Mines. Some parts of platforms literally just have something right over your damn head, so if you try to jump, you're just gonna knock yourself off the platform and into whatever pit or water is nearby just to upset you. Which is just annoying. I have to assume they built it that way for aesthetics. But maybe it's just me, but I don't think your aesthetics should be interfering with the gameplay. Like, I almost feel like at that point there's some reevaluation that may need to be done. Yes, yes, bang bang turret. Bang bang. Bang 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 bang. I'm pretty sure these are all regular turrets. No, they might be mega turrets. They do still hurt. This isn't rapidly getting tedious at all. Nope. Okay, fine. You all want to die? I can make that happen. I was gonna make it simple and just walk through here peacefully. But no, all of you want to be a problem. No. That's what happens to problems. You just saw what happened to all the rest of them. I know you're a machine, but have some self-preservation. And I gotta sit here and destroy every single thing in here, or it's gonna be a pain in my ass. Yes, you're a Metroid. Good for you. Speaking of pains in my ass... Thank you for your contribution to me having missiles. Door, please. What the fuck? There we go. This again, huh? Okay. Done. Figure out the fact that was a bad idea now. No, you didn't learn anything. Well, here, learn that fire burns. I do kind of want that, since it's in a convenient location. Except for the fact that it's on a morph ball path, so it's not actually as convenient as it looks. I might be able to just cheese my way there by jumping, though. Nope, that slope says no. I probably could jump and then morph ball, though I might be able to shenanigan my way to that. I'm not sure if I care enough at this point in the game. But I guess I'll give it a proper try. Oh, for fuck's sake. Except for the fact that for some reason they have you jump onto the shittiest platform imaginable as far as that goes. So thanks for that, game designers. Very friendly, very good. And the sudden turn of the camera when you go to start moving really sucks. Of course. And you know, God forbid they give you a perspective where you can tell where you are relative to the actual path. No, 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 no. They gotta make it so that you can't tell what the fuck you're doing. Like, if there were ever a complaint out of me for this game, it would be all these morph ball paths. The morph ball is the worst part of this game. Just straight up. And it's all because of the camera angles they chose. They're all either at a weird angle, so you have to flick the stick diagonally, kind of, in order to move in the direction you want to go. Or they're like this, where you can't really tell how well aligned you are with the platform you're on. Oh, come on! I fucking hate this. I hate this so much. I just wanted it over with, so I hopped up forward a little bit, and it was enough to bounce me off the wall and into the fucking abyss. Because the thing is, and I don't remember if it was as jumpy on original hardware. It may be that I was able to feather it better with the original GameCube controller. I genuinely do not remember. But it is super jumpy now, which is a problem. Because you guys can't see the controller, because honestly I don't have a good position to put the camera in for you guys to see that. And then there's the fact that there are spots where it'll allow you to morph ball that you're standing, where it'll just chuck you right off, because, you know, fuck you. But either way, this feels super sensitive when you're doing bits like this, and it sucks. I'm literally just nudging it on the very edge of it moving at all, as much as possible, and it still makes significant jumps when I do that. But either way, that's another missile expansion that was theoretically easy to get that we got. Because realistically, that should be incredibly easy, considering it requires no real upgrades aside from Space Jump and Morph Ball. That's all it needs for you to be able to get that. You just need to be able to roll over there to go get it. But thanks to the power of the camera, it's a motherfucker. But either way, we're almost where we want to be to go get the other artifact that's in this zone. Then it's back to the temple to figure out the sun chamber problem. Well, I guess I'll hit the Hall of Elders and then come back for the sun chamber. I think there's an elevator near-ish our whole exchange over here where we'll be able to get to the Hall of Elders easier than to the sun chamber. Because I'm probably not going back the way we came in. And we easily could have gotten this earlier, probably. I just didn't, because I didn't want to sit there and fight flying pirates the whole time trying to get it. Now, what is it about the tower that the artifact is referring to? What even was it again? Wild's the one in the Sun Chamber. Was it Elder? Elder. Collapse it. Okay. So let's clear this area out so I can get a look around. Otherwise, we're gonna have all kinds of junk laying around, making it hard to tell what the hell's going on in here. It's becoming more and more apparent that a bunch of it's not going anywhere. Now, we've got a couple options for which tower they mean. I'm assuming, since we can't actually reach them, that they're not referring to the background towers. So it has to be one of these two. Logically. Either that, or I'm barking up the wrong tree entirely, and there's a different tower somewhere. Which is certainly a possibility. But since this is the only place labeled tower, or that I'm aware of, and it specifically highlights the word tower, I have to assume that this is correct. So, when in doubt, let's just start shooting super missiles at things. Yeah, see, there's a screen blocking us from firing on the towers back there, but just in case. I will morph ball to assert dominance, and then we will fire missiles. I need to fire higher. See, that one looks like it has platforms on the side of it. So it almost seems like that would be correct. But I think, since it's back there in the background, that that's not what I need. Maybe there's some kind of indication inside one of these. Since, you know, we can actually get inside them. Of course, the hell of it is, both these have doors attached to them. So you would think changing these in significant ways would be, dangerous relative to the stability of the game? But maybe I'm talking out of my ass on that thought. I don't know. There's also like a natural jumping path leading to that, but that doesn't do anything. The thing is, these towers aren't identical. That tower obviously looks like it has platforms on it. So it almost makes me think that that's important somehow. I'm assuming the X-ray visor is not going to show me the artifact, as useful as that would be. It's also the fact that there's like these lights that are coming out on this side that really make it almost seem like you're meant to jump on those. That, I think, might be a stretch, though. I think I might just be losing my mind a little bit there. Yeah, the indestructible crates, though, really put me on the line that there is something I'm supposed to be reaching in terms of height. God damn it. Like, there's no obvious structural weaknesses standing out on either side of any of these. Yeah, there's nothing that stands out to me here like, hey, blast this and something will happen. Which a lot of these were like that, so you would think that's the case. Unless maybe I hit this wall here since it's a little fucked up. But nothing happens with either of our best explosives there. It's entirely possible I'm barking up the wrong damn tree. Fuck's sake. See, the fact that there's also ground on this side and everything really tells me that I was on the right track in the first place, with this tower over here being what I need to do something with. Because there's so much more over there. So that there's obviously something different. Yeah, no. There we go. This is what I needed to see. We burned that and then we hit that. So I was right the first time. It was that tower. I just didn't hit the right spot on that tower. And then it brings it into our reach, breaking a hole in the floor where the artifact lies. There's always context clues to tell you what you need to do. You just gotta manage to spot the right combination of things. Three more artifacts to go. 2 known and 1 unknown. So all of it's back in Chozo Temple. Wrong button. One question though. How do we get back out of this hole? Maybe there's another way out. Oh yeah, there's obviously another way out. Well, I say obviously and I start getting stuck. Probably we morph ball track through here. Yeah. Might even lead to another thing. Nope. Just leads out. Oh well. Well, for safety reasons, let's head over or through this control tower on the side and go to the save station that's nearby. Just so we don't lose having gotten all these artifacts, since we have not saved this whole session so far. And that could be really, really bad. There's the planetary map being spawned in. There's a bunch of guys trying to be jerks. We're just gonna ignore them, touch the save station, and be happy. And... hey, it did work. Okay, I fixed the memory card. I should have tested to see if my fix worked, but I forgot to test it because I got distracted. But the good news is, as you saw there, or since the text popped up, the fix worked. We don't have to save state anymore in order to have a save. As far as I can tell, it was straight up just a weird permissions issue that happened when Dolphin updated. It, for some reason, no longer had access to the folder where it was saving the memory card files too, so I had to redo all of that. It was very strange. In the end, I really probably should have just moved where that stuff was going, but I just changed permissions instead and it worked out just fine. Might just have that problem all over again, though, if I don't make an adjustment there. It's really easy to just power through those Shadow Pirates with the Plasma Beam, because they can just end up getting juggled away. Since a single shot from the Plasma Beam is enough to stagger them. So you can just chain stagger them. Even multiple of them, as you saw there, if you can line it up. And just shove them across the room until they die. It's really quite sad for them. Hilarious for us. Continuing to show why I really like the Plasma Beam, is it just deals with problems. It's like, oh, that guy's upsetting? Okay. Shove, 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 dead. Then, you know, as anyone's probably noticed that's been around for a bit, fire's kind of my thing. Of the elements, fire and lightning tend to be the things I like the most. And lightning and fire are kind of very close conceptually. Depending on how you look at it, anyway. There are ways to look at it where it isn't, and there are ways to look at it where it is. So I could absolutely understand if somebody disagreed with me on that. That'd be a no harm, no foul on that if somebody said, no, you're stupid, that doesn't make any sense. I could go over to the Magmoor elevator over there, or the Magmoor elevator here. Realizing now that there's only Magmoor elevators. So we may as well just go back to the one we came in on, since we're already here. Even if it does mean going back through the ice ruins, which suck, but we'll be coming from the annoying door out, so it doesn't matter as much. The only reason I really bother to kill the little spike parasites at this point is because they are just a great source of resources. Since they can still drop things. They don't always, but sometimes they'll profit. We're actually almost back to full everything, which is nice. Don't mind me, I just want the boxes behind you. All in all, our trip to Fenandrana was profitable. We came out of it with a couple more missile expansions, a power bomb expansion, and one energy tank. And now, unless that mysterious artifact that we did not get the information for is in either Magmor or Fenandrana, we never have to come back to either of these areas ever again. Aside from using Magmor as a traversal, potentially, to get around other places, which kind of don't need to, but we could. But if I wanted a shorter path to something, and it happened to line up, which odds aren't great, but it's a thing that exists. In fact, let's hit that Talon Overworld elevator over there, just so I can pop back to the Artifact Temple and see if I can get that last piece of information now. Oh, that we're almost done with the artifacts. So I genuinely don't know why we don't have that information, and it's getting upsetting. There's no door down here. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Oh, God. Everything is pain. Where the hell? There he is. I was seeing the shots so briefly that I couldn't tell which way the shots were coming from. And if I'd stopped spinning for a second, I might have actually been able to tell which way the sound was coming from, but I decided spinning was a better idea, apparently. Because, you know, speed. When in doubt, speed. Unfortunately, it did not work out this time. In fact, I think we were literally right next to the way up to where I wanted to be when we came in here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, I am a genius. And I might have done a bad again. Yep, I did a bad. I misread the ledges again. Sometimes my depth perception, especially in first-person games like this, gets really kind of funky, and I read the information I'm looking at really wrong. Like a case like that where I saw a ledge that obviously, upon hitting it, I absolutely was not going to be allowed to stand on, thinking I could stand on it. Oh, right, I need to re-extend the bridge, don't I? Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. So I made the correct jump, I just forgot that I needed to re-extend the bridge. Which I'm not really sure why you have to re-extend that, but doesn't much matter. course, I misread the fucking map. And the tunnel I wanted to get into was down there, not up here anyway, so this was all a waste of everyone's time, including mine. I am now very upset. But I'm also simultaneously kind of confused. Ah, there's the door. It was off to the side down at the bottom. That's how I missed it and fell in the lava. Which is what led to that whole line of confusion in the first place. Spike straight into the lava. Ow. Either way, we're nearly done. So if I do start Echoes today, it's gonna feel really goddamn weird no longer having most of this again. Let me tell you, it's gonna be a bit of a weird one. Since, you know, it'll be a start of a game, so you're gonna be powered back down again. There's no real shockers there. Sounds like we got another storm rolling in, so those listening, do let me know if you hear the thunder this time, because I made more adjustments in the hopes of not having it carry through the mic that loud, so that may or may not work out. But if you hear it, and you want to, do let me know, because I would appreciate it. It's kind of hard for me to test such things when, you know, weather's a bit inconsistent. May as well turn in the artifacts we've got and see if that last pedestal will actually activate it for me so I can actually, you know, get that last piece of information. I don't remember if I have to have all of them or something.
Hi.
Hey. That one we have already. There should be one we haven't read yet. There we go. Huzzah! Invaders mine the depths in their greed, forge a path through the tunnel of the great poison. Fuck. We have to go back in the phase on mines. Because the tunnel they mean is in here somewhere. I remember seeing a tunnel that is probably the one they were talking about. I just gotta find it again. I don't think it's in the maintenance tunnel. I don't think the maintenance tunnel is the correct answer there. But if I don't see anything else called tunnel, I may check that anyway. But yeah, we only have 3 artifacts left to get at this point. I went and scooped up a good 4 or 5 of them in the first hour or so. We just need to find the one that I'm worried about in here, and find 2 in the ruins. And then that's all the artifacts cleaned up. I'm only seeing the 1 tunnel down here, so it must be the maintenance tunnel. But I don't remember seeing any other paths in... Wait. There's that one big square section there, and there's also the blob there. It could be either of those that would have the other part of what we need there. Which means we need to use either this Magmoor... Yeah, it would be this Magmoor Caverns elevator would get us there. Ideally. Okay. We've got a fair bit of walking to do. But what I think I'm gonna do... Let's have a thought about this for a second. Is I've got some Chozo elevators nearby, and I've also got a Magmoor elevator that we just came up through, not too far from here. Since the Chozo Ruin elevator is closer, I could go in there, go get the one we know for a fact I can get to, and then use the elevator in the Chozo Ruins to get to Magmoor, to go down to the Phazon Mines. Or I can go to the Phazon Mines immediately. Let me see where that connects. It's gonna lag a bit. It's presumably one of these 2. Which connects to the Hall of Elders, which is where we want to be. So yes, I'll do that first. First and foremost, then, since that's a convenient elevator. I need... Oh. I can probably jump up here from here. Yeah. And Evo, I assume you don't notice any significant deviations in the audio, otherwise you would have said something by now. Because I did move the microphone a bit again since it was sitting on top of the monitor. I adjusted it up a bit. In my testing, it didn't show any weirdness, but just in case I'm bringing it up. Good. None of the sound levels looked wildly different or anything, and it didn't sound different to me. But, you know, we've had all kinds of times where I end up being wrong about that. Also, I was very wrong about where this elevator led. We are very far away from where I wanted to be. We're just gonna turn around. We're gonna turn around and go through a different elevator. Because crossing this whole place like that's gonna just be a huge pain in the ass. Primarily just for the fact that it's not gonna do us any actual good. Okay, so Ruins West was useless. Yeah, I can get to that one, and I think that's the one I thought we were going through. No, that's not. Oh, I wanted to be. Wait. Yeah, I want to go out the other end of the landing site. What the hell am I doing? In the end, I may actually have to look up the situation with the Sun Chamber. So I have a small worry that there's a bug going on with that one, preventing us from having access, which might be a serious issue. I'm hoping I'm wrong about that. And I'm just being stupid somehow. This is definitely a case of I'd rather just be stupid. Pretty sure that door's up there. Oh, I think I know what I needed to do to get there the easy way, actually. I probably needed to rotate on the grapple point. Or, you know, it's just gonna chuck me in the ocean somehow. Okay, game. Not really sure how that happened. I'm actually kind of curious how that happened. I might need to figure out how that works, because that could be fun to mess with. Actually, can I even get there from here? Is this another one-way door? No, I think I know how to get there, and I'm just being blind and stupid again. Or it won't let me climb this. Okay, maybe not. It's really gonna be one of those days where I keep running into things that we ran into a long way back and are now having new issues because of. I think that might actually just be a one-way path. Unless there's a path across there? It might actually just be back where we started here. Depends on if there's actually a path behind that tree there or not. I have another idea. Interesting. So I think I know how that's happening now. Because I'm trying to move while the grapple's going out, so it's extending the grapple more than it's supposed to. Nope, that doesn't reach. I was gonna try to throw myself up there, which would then allow me to walk across all of that and get up there. But with the amount of effort that that's taking, I don't think it's worth it. It'll be quicker just to go through the goddamn ruins properly. Which actually, yeah, looking at the map design of that, I don't think you're intended to be able to get to that door from the other side. I think you are just meant to drop out of there. I would need infinite jumps or something to get there, and I'm sad to say that's not really an option. So, what I'm thinking instead, then, as a clever way around, is we can go down through Magmoor, into the Phazon Mines, get the maintenance tunnel thing that we were looking for, then come back up from the Phazon Mines into here, to then come out into the Elder Hall that way around. And that should work. There's been a lot of running in circles here, trying to get places, and that's just gonna be the way it's gonna be for a little bit here. I gotta figure out the best ways to get back to places. And the hint system's going to keep prompting me to bring the artifacts back, even though that I don't have any more to bring back, because the game's out of hints to give me. Is it doesn't give hints about the artifacts themselves, because it already gives you the hints in the forms of the scan logs. It'd be nice if they actually gave you a hint about an artifact you didn't get to yet, just to make it simpler, but I also don't mind that they don't handhold you that hard about it. So the elevator in question that I want... I could actually go for that Ruins North one as well, and I think that might lead somewhere useful. Actually, that's a good question. Where does that elevator spit out? You know, I saw a lot of these just yesterday, and you'd think I'd remember. But there's just so damn many elevators that it's hard to really keep track of who goes where, what. So since that refers to north, I think it's that one over by the Sun Chamber, which is closer, but not really that much closer to where we want to be. It is the one next to the Sun Chamber, which is one of our two problems. But that's not the one we're trying to solve right now. Meanwhile, the Phazon Mines elevator is over here, in the direction we are currently heading. I will say this is a very bad part of the game for people who can't organize their thoughts at all. Which, I'm not great at that, which is part of why we're having a problem right now in terms of getting the rest of this done. They go, oh, I'm gonna go this way and go do this thing, and then I remember something else partway there, turn around, go do that, and then... Round and round we go. Where I stop, I don't fucking know anymore. Now, I will say, at the current rate we're going, I'm probably not going to get the beam combo for the Ice Beam. That's going to be the only one we don't have. And honestly, that's fine. Since we're going back into the Phazon Mines, I'm going to hit this save point over here just to be safe. Because even though we have the Phazon suit now, the Phazon Mines are still the most dangerous place in the game for us. And I'd rather not have to do all of that walking again. The only real bright side we've got right now is the fact that the Phazon all over the place won't hurt us anymore. We don't even need to grapple beam across this if we don't want to. We can just literally walk now. The most problematic thing is going to be just dealing with all of the the advanced pirates that have protection against my various beams. Specifically the ones where I'm gonna have to use something that isn't the plasma beam. But thankfully, due to where we came in, there's not too many places we actually have to go in here before we can leave. The big problem is going to be figuring out where in here the artifact is. Assuming I'm even correct that the artifact's in this tunnel. But since it specifically names a tunnel, it has to be here. But it does say through a tunnel of the Great Poison. Which implies that it might not be this because... Oh wait, no, I know exactly where it is. Remember the tunnel we were taking damage in and I said we were going to come back to this later? That's the tunnel. That's the tunnel we need to be in. And, where the fuck was that? That wasn't actually in the maintenance tunnel, was it? Fuck. Where was that? Is it's another Morph Ball section that had... a tunnel made of Phazon in it. I thought it was the maintenance tunnel. Yeah, that's what led us to Elite Control. Oh, and Omega Research. Unless it's down the green elevator. Down where we fought Omega. Which is certainly possible. Yeah, because I think I am barking up the wrong tree with it being in the maintenance tunnel, because there's literally nothing here. Which means it must be a more literal tunnel, which in this case is that tunnel of Phazon I remember seeing. Which, let me tell you, I'm glad I remembered that, because otherwise we would have been searching for quite a while to find that. I just need to remember how to get there. Which, admittedly, had we not gone there literally just yesterday, I wouldn't have remembered it. I might also still be going the wrong way. Yep, I sure am going the wrong way right now. Because we are currently going back up to the top, which is not what I want. We need to go to the bottom. Which means I actually want to go back through the maintenance tunnel to where we came in. Which makes me kind of tempted just to load back rather than walking back, because we could then just take the Phazon elevator back down. But no, I won't do that. I will suck up my mistake and we'll just move on with our lives. Because the main reason I would load back would be just to avoid one particular room, and honestly, it's not worth avoiding that one particular room. I do think, though, that this is the only instance of it not actually referring to a room with the blue text, specifically. good news is we can actually get there easy through that Phazon path down here. Since we can walk through this time. That takes us back in here, and we need to go back out the other end of where we came into this fight from. Because there was a tunnel along the way here that made me very nervous about us getting into all kinds of bother because of the fact that I took a bunch of damage in it. We have some Metroids to deal with on our way, but it'll be fine. Because now the Phazon can't hurt us, we can take a shorter path through here. That doesn't involve having to do a bunch of invisible platforms or anything. Oh yeah, that's another thing I didn't mention, by the way, is power bombs will kill Metroids. So if you're really annoyed at them and just want them gone, just drop a power bomb. It'll solve your problems. I don't tend to do it because, you know, power bombs are a limited resource, and ice beams are infinite. But if you need a quick solution to your Metroid problem, that's the way to go about it. Get off my head, please. Thank you. Goodbye. Should be in here. Because remember, behind this block, there was this whole path full of nasty, painful Phazon that we didn't follow up on because we didn't have the health to get through it, and we didn't have the Phazon suit to protect us. You notice with the amount of blocks we have to go through, we would not have survived. We would have died before we even got this far. And lo and behold, the artifact of Newborn. Which is meant to be your last artifact, but we didn't go get the 2 Chozo Ruin ones. So we just need to go back and get those, and we're done. But now you see why I didn't just do the rest of the artifact collecting yesterday as well, though, because it's now taken us 2 hours to clean this up. Up to the last 2. And then if you think about tacking on the finale of the game as well, it ends up getting to be a problem in terms of time. Because it most likely would have led to yesterday being like an 8-hour, if not longer, stream. Which, you know, theoretically I can do that. But I didn't want to. You guys are gonna be a pain in my ass. Daddy. It's just like the regular Metroids, you do get stunned and stuck a bit when they grab you. It's just a different problem. Is instead of them attaching to your head, they attach to you with their siphon and tendril. And you're stuck standing still instead of having your vision fucked with, and all of that instead. And we're back in the room with the invisible Bamus. I didn't think I could land on that tiny mushroom. Turns out you can. I did end up deviating in terms of pathing, I just realized. Which is going to cause us a bit of a complication. Because I don't think this is where I wanted to come back out. Actually, wait. No, I think this is correct. This will take us to the Talon Overworld entrance of the Phazon Mines, which is where I believe I did want to go, actually. I am autopiloting correctly. Because our goal is to come out of the Phazon Mines... over here. Which is where we got in the Phazon Mines in the first place, which is up at the top of the mines. So we do have to go all the way through the mines again. There's a missile expansion there. Fuck it, I don't care. I have 115 missiles. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. I know I've said that a bunch with other amounts of missiles. And as I've said with those, if I end up short on missiles, I will accept the fact that everyone will make fun of me for not grabbing an insert missile expansion here, or when it proves necessary. That too, yes. That one in particular, I'm pretty sure was going to require a bunch of small invisible platform jumping, which we'd be able to see the platforms with the X-ray visor, but it would have just been a huge pain in the ass that wasn't worth the effort. Kind of like these guys. These guys are a huge pain in the ass that aren't worth the effort, because they can only be harmed by the Ice Beam, and the Ice Beam is not my favorite to work with. And since they're just a bunch of plebs who I can just walk past and not really take that much damage, I'm going to just ignore them. They used to be a threat, but now that we have the Phazon suit and the increased defense therefrom, they're not really a problem. I would actually take more damage trying to fight them than I would ignoring them. Because their shots themselves don't do a lot of damage. It's the fact that they take a lot of damage themselves is a sticking point with them. But I can just platform away and leave the room. And they can just sit there and be sad that they didn't get to fight anything. Open up. Open up. These guys are easily disposed of with a super missile, so I'll deal with these just because they're quick. And they also have a bad habit of blocking this doorway. Now, admittedly, what I should have done to get out of here quicker would have been to go back up the maintenance tunnel we came from. And that would have gotten us back up to the top very fast. But I fucked up my pathing and didn't want to turn around after fucking it up, so I just accepted where we ended up. Because as you can see, it doesn't exactly take that long to correct anyway. We are now back in elite control. Still, as ever, infested with shadow pirates that just want to be annoying. Yes, yes, I know. You really want to die that badly, huh? Burn for your sins. Won't even leave a body to be put away. Hello there, Ravercore. Welcome to the last little bits here. As I climb back out of the Phazon Mines for the upteenth time, because I had to go back down and get the artifact that was in here. Because forgetful. Yup. Delicious fried space pirate. Nope, wrong button. It's a good game, yeah. As I keep saying, I wouldn't recommend it for everybody because of a few choices they made along the way, but I would say it's still a good game. I have mixed feelings on the Omega Pirate fight, mostly because it's very easy for it to get very messy. Yeah. It's just a matter of you can end up with a lot of those piracy summons piling up if you're not careful, is where that fight can go really wrong. Oh, you're an ice pirate, I don't care. I don't feel like dealing with ice pirates anymore. We're kind of past the point where they're relevant. Yes, yes, you're going to keep shooting me and making a nuisance of yourselves, I know. Get out of my way. You're not worth my time. No. I would care about the fact that they're dealing damage to me, but we're heading to a save station, so it does not matter. Oh no, Shadow Pirates. Oh no. Would you kindly not block the door? Thank you. The save point is behind me. We just have a couple artifacts to collect in the Chozo ruins, and we're done, more or less. Well, aside from the actual final fights, which shouldn't be too bad. There's gonna be a couple complications, but it should be fine on the whole. That's gonna be a thing. I do not have good memories of that fight when I did it when I was younger, but it shouldn't be too bad this time. You know, a good, like, 20 more years of experience with games will definitely make a difference. I still never did go through that door behind the tree there. Do I care enough? 'Cause I think I know what I need to do with that now, actually, but hell with it. Nah, this is not my first playthrough. It's gonna be my first completed playthrough. But the no spoilers and such is for the benefit of people watching who haven't played it. So do take it a bit easy on saying things like that. That one's very minor since, you know, that's obvious. So I didn't call you out on it. But in future, just be a little cautious on that. Because I basically got to the point we're at now, plus a little bit. And then I ended up putting the game down, got distracted by other things, and then never actually finished the game. I know entirely how the rest of it goes, but I never actually did it myself till now. What do you mean by that? Map still lags a little bit in the ruins. Everywhere else is fine. Ah, okay. Sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. I have to fight a couple ghosts, probably. Yep, here we go. I could just super missile these and be done with it. But I'd rather not have to go get more missiles. Because these guys are no threat. Considering, at worst, they just take a minute or two longer to kill without using super missiles. There we go. Ghost successfully busted. Most likely our goal is that plasma shot spot there. Which I believe I'm gonna have to go through this whole section again, more or less, to do what I need to do, if I'm remembering this right. Now the button there's still hit, so we're good on that. How do I get up there again? Oh, right. I think we go in here? No, that's the missile recharge point. Which, in hindsight, there was a missile to recharge there the whole time. I could have just used super missiles and then got them back. But, doesn't matter. And now he'll slide forward and we'll get the artifact through this door down here, most likely. And that will solve that. Then we just need to go back into the sun chamber. Yeah. I went and got the energy tank that's in the one spot, and of course you have to do the wave beam one in order to get anywhere. And now we've done the plasma beam one to get the artifact from down here. We just have one artifact left to get, which is the sun chamber one. What the hell's the point of this little nook over here? Oh, right. That's where the door is. Just above my damn head. They were no real threat. Aside from Thardus, we never died. And Thardus was just because I forgot a mechanic for a moment and ended up botching a couple dodges. Everything else was a one and done. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, he's another one that super missiles make a lot easier. But it can be real finicky about the actual contact with the super missiles is where he becomes a problem. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. I could charge shot those, or I can just go underneath them. In the sake of expedience, we're just gonna go underneath. It is my personal favorite beam. Out of the choices, I will pick Plasma Beam on everything that Plasma Beam works on. Which, Plasma Beam works on almost everything, so, you know, all good there.